You ready for our adventure? You excited?
Yeah.
You don't look very excited.
Oh, okay, yeah. I saw you back there.
It's mommy and bye-bye time.
Where's Durgan?
Yeah?
They're in line. I'm Leah.
I just want to be at school.
Yeah, they're in line.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know we had to take you out of school. Hi everyone! We are in France and I wanted to talk a little bit today about the passport process, which was interesting. So, of course, I printed out my paperwork 2 years ago because I knew Vivi's passport was about to be expired, but COVID hit and it didn't make sense, and it, you know, just every time it was a time warp, COVID time warp. And then we got COVID in over like Easter break, and we recovered early May, and we were like, oh my gosh, now's the time to travel. Let's do this. And so we only had a small period of time before summer school and after school ended where we could travel. We thought that would be the best time to travel because I'm still in the like 5-6 month period of my pregnancy. Whereas after their summer school, I'll be in like the 7-8 month part of my pregnancy, not as easy to travel internationally, especially. And so we decided to just run with it and see if we could get her passport done. Everybody is trying to get their passports done because everyone's trying to travel this summer. And so we did a bunch of research. I looked online, we called all the post offices. All the post offices on Maui referred us back to the website, the USPS website, to schedule an appointment. And then they had passport fairs, but at the passport fairs, you're like waiting in line and you're not sure to even get an appointment. And with a 6-year-old who can't sit still, just didn't, yeah, it was not an enticing option for me. And so instead I called around to all of the different locations. There's a whole list online, and some of our public libraries will do passport appointments. So I called the Oahu one and they said, you know what, we could fit you in on Thursday. All of them are weekdays. But you'll have to sit and wait. So again, this is like the passport fair type of thing where with a 6-year-old sitting and waiting all day until you get an appointment is just not fun. So I ended up calling the Lāna'i, the public library at the school, and she had an appointment for the next Monday. And so we hopped on the ferry. We got tickets on the ferry. It's like $25 each way for adults, $10 each way for children. Hopped on the ferry and headed over to Lāna'i City. Yeah. Are we excited?
Mm-hmm. I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Okay, go ahead, eat. This is the inside. The ferry on the bottom. This is a little awkward.
Protect yourself and your child, and please do not walk around the vessel with your child in your arms. Remain seated.
And to the Lāna'i Public Library to go for our 10-minute passport appointment. Of course, it was really important that I had all of my documents on me because of the trip on the ferry, which is about 45 minutes to an hour on the ocean. And then we had to take a 10-minute shuttle up to town and then walk to the library. Done with the library?
What?
We're done?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. I knew that it would be rainy, but I forgot to bring an umbrella. So now, the 2 of us are walking in the rain, the 3 of us. Whew. Trying to catch a 12:30 shuttle so that we'll have a little bit of time at the beach, even if it's rainy time. And then shuttle back down. We even had time, a little bit of time to hang out at the beach afterwards. All right, so we caught the 12:30 shuttle. We are down at the beach with the baby bump and the child. She really wanted to go to the beach. It's a little overcast, it's drizzling a little, very big waves. At least, you know, big for Vivi standards. And our shuttle, our ferry is at 2:30, so we've got about an hour at the beach. And now it's time to walk back to the boat. Ready, Vi? Go.
I'm ready.
All right.
Not that much.
Not that much ready, yeah. It is kind of a long walk. Ooh, oh, the shuttle's here. I think he's actually coming to pick us up. And then hop back on the ferry to get back to Maui and back home. So it was quite a day. It was fun to have a little excursion, just me and Vi. And I had all of my paperwork. I'll put a list for you of the paperwork that you need, and I'll actually write a little blog for you accompanying this video in case you just kind of want bullet points of what you need to do when you need to renew a child's passport. You should have both parents present, and if you don't, you need to sign a particular form and get it notarized from the other parent that's not going to be there to be allowed to go through with your passport appointment. So we got a notarized document from my husband Kaimi, and we showed up with that instead of dragging him to Lāna'i with us as well. And of course Jackson was in school. And yeah, so it all worked out great. The lady said it's going to take 5 to 7 weeks, which from May 2nd, which was when we went over, to 5 to 7 weeks later, we wouldn't have made it on our plane, which we didn't book our tickets yet because we wanted to make sure we had a passport. However, if you book your tickets within 2 weeks, you can actually go to the Honolulu Passport Agency. So again, we would have had to jump on an airplane and gone to Oahu to do like the expedited service, which is within 2 weeks, which is not 14 days, 13 days, it has to be within the 2 weeks. And then apparently they will get your passport within those 2 weeks before your flight leaves, but you do need a confirmed ticket and you have to show proof of that. So that was our backup plan. But we still had not booked our tickets because we wanted to be sure. I don't know, it just seemed, that option seemed a little crazy, and then we would have had to pull Vi out of school again. So we just thought, we're gonna cross our fingers. We know they said 5 to 7 weeks, but we'll pay for the expedited and we'll see how quickly this passport gets back to us. And you can actually go online and you put in your first and last name, birth date, just some basic information on the US Passport Agency website, and they let you know where in the process your passport is. And so I did that every day. And then one day it said, your passport is on its way to you. And I could not believe it. We got our passport exactly 2 weeks after the passport paperwork had been filed. So that was a welcome sight. We booked our ticket right away and we didn't even have to do the Honolulu Passport Agency stuff. So that is the story of how we got our passport, because with children, you're not allowed to renew a passport online. You have to, it's like starting a brand new passport all over again. And just be aware that when they send you your passport and they send you back your documents, they don't always come back in the same envelope. So I actually got the new passport first, and then I got another shipment of her old passport, the birth certificates, and whatever else it was that I needed to provide for the passport to go through. So there you have it. Hopefully that's helpful for anyone who's trying to renew a passport for a child. It's the same process, no matter how old your child is. Taking the pictures, that's another kind of tricky thing because there's very particular requirements of your passport. The background must be white, not gray, white. There must be no shadows. You're not allowed to smile. The face has to be in a particular part of the 2-inch square. And so I actually used, I went to the Lungs and I got like an official passport photo taken. And this is the second time in a row that I've done a passport for Vi, and it's been rejected by the passport agency where they've said, I don't know if this one is gonna work. this time I decided to bring 5 different photos. Like, can you please help me pick the one that will not get rejected? And so we brought all 5 of the photos. I happen to have a beige white background at home, and so I took a bunch of pictures of Vivi, and then I used this website to upload the photo and make sure it was the right size, and then printed it out on photo paper. Unfortunately, when I printed it out on the photo paper, it has to be clear. You can't have any like gooji gaja, you know, like it has to be like a crisp photo with no shadows. And my printer just wasn't doing that. So what we did was we threw it onto a thumb drive, and then we took that to Longs and printed a 4x6 with the 4 photos, and then they were the right size. So I took that and then I cut them and brought that to the passport agency, and that was the photo that was chosen, was the photo that I took myself, but used the website to help size it and then printed it professionally, which cost like 26 cents or something crazy like that. So anyway, if you have any questions, you can jot them down below and I'd be happy to answer them. Happy traveling. If you're watching this, I'm assuming that's what you're doing. We are in France and it's a gorgeous day. We're at my parents' place. Bye.